welcome to the UN Brief. Today we interviewed Sandrine Salerno, who is the Director of Sustainable Finance Geneva, an NGO that organizes Building Bridges, a major event congregating impact investors from all over Geneva and abroad, as well as building bridges among international organizations and the banking sector. Thank you for watching the UN Brief, and don't forget to subscribe. It's a pleasure to have you at the UN Brief, and we are going to speak today about Sustainable Finance Geneva, what the organization does, and also I know you have an upcoming conference called Building Bridges.
First of all, maybe I should add that SFG was the first organization in Switzerland on the topic of sustainable finance. So the people who created at that time SFG were like pioneer in sustainable finance, in a time where sustainable finance was really a thought in finance that was considered as a niche. The idea of SFG was to gather a community in the financial industry of people who wanted to know more about sustainable finance, wanted to work on sustainable finance, to do sustainable finance. So it was really the idea to raise awareness in the financial industry. This was the first goal, and the second was to do a bridge between the two sides of the lake, the one that is more the financial side of Geneva, and the other one that is international Geneva. The idea was that the capital, that the money should go to connect the SDGs, so that everything, or a lot of things, should change in the mindset that people in finance, but also in international Geneva had at that time on how do you link those two ecosystems. So this is the story of SFG.
So Building Bridges will do precisely that. We'll gather international organizations, NGOs, UN agencies, the United Nations office in Geneva, as well as other stakeholders that will be coming from abroad. So what will be the topics and the theme of this year's Building Bridges?
So we have three main themes for this edition of Building Bridges. One is to work on regulation standards. The other one is to dig into the supply and demand mismatch. How can we bridge the supply and the demand? So more on emergent markets, frontier markets. And the third is about fintech and how fintech can help us to drive fastly more capital toward the SDGs.
Yes, indeed, Switzerland is a leader in terms of fintech. We have the crypto valley, as we call, right?
Right.
Silicon Valley pays attention a lot. Many entrepreneurs from abroad actually moved to Switzerland to be in Zug, not only because capital and because the banking industry and its transformation. So really what will be driving the conversation in this coming events in terms of crypto assets, how they can finance the sustainable development goals. Do you have speakers that will be coming to speak about those issues yet lined up?
No, not that much in this edition. This edition will be more on focusing on collaboration. How do we collaborate between very different stakeholders, but also very different ecosystem that need to have a common language, a common understanding of the issue to be able to find solution together. That would be a strong accent in the conference. And then how do we scale up? Because now we know that we are able to find solutions, but sometimes there are nice and good solutions, but that need to be scaled up in order to really make changes. So it's going to be also another focus. And maybe the third would be, how do we fastly walk the talk? How do we do to be in capacity for the next edition to really make concrete difference and concrete progress in field of sustainable prosperity?
So what you see is happening now, do you see that there is a greater interest from the financial sector or a greater understanding of what is necessary in terms of impact investing?
I think they are both. There is a larger understanding. There is also the comprehension that even if finance cannot solve alone all the issues we face, but that finance must be a very strong stakeholder. And I see also a lot of enthusiasm to find solution. So I would say that from the financial part, I mean, at least what I do see in Geneva and Switzerland, there is a larger comprehension of what is the role of finance. But in the other hand, I would say that it should be, this comprehension should be also followed by a very strong will from politics to concretely and really make moves. Because I think that today we are waiting, when I say we, I would say like society in general, we are waiting too much from financial party. I mean, of course, it's a core actor of the change, but it cannot be the only one. And sometimes you see that there are a lot of expectation on financial industry, like they should be able to move asset owner, they should be able to move real economy, they should be able to many things. And I think that we must never forget that when we vote as a citizen, we vote for people that are elected and that should also have not only a strong will to change things, but also the abilities, the capacity to really make changes. And we can see it at COP26. I mean, we hear a lot citizens in the street and like young movement asking their politician and not asking only financial guys to move. So I would say that from the financial part, there is now a really good understanding that things have to change and that they have to change quickly. But it would be a mistake just to count on the financial sector to change our world. I mean, we really have to be involved, and that's why Building Bridges, it's a wonderful platform, because there you have many different stakeholders. You have civil society, NGOs, as you said, International Geneva, like international organization. You have the real economy, and you have, of course, also the finance.
Indeed, very much. So we need everybody on the table, all hands on deck, as they say. So yes. What is planned in terms of, it's over 3 days, right? Starting on the 28th of November?
4 days, actually, because it starts the 29th of November with the summit. And then we have 3 days of week, which is a crowdsourced event, 77 different events. On sustainable finance. So it's going to be quite a week, let's say, from Monday to Thursday on sustainable finance.
The events will happen all over Geneva. The different actors that will be organizing the events will be organizing in their headquarters or so.
Yes, and it's an hybrid session, so you can either come in person, but you can also, at least for the summit and for a few events during the week, you can also connect to our website and have a view of the discussion.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sandrine Salerno,
Thank you.
Director of Sustainable Finance Geneva, organizer of Building Bridges. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you soon.
Thank you for watching the UN Brief, and don't forget to subscribe,